Dragonites, or good afternoon, or good evening, or whenever you happen to be viewing this video. Welcome to the first Wip N Chat of I Will Not Desert You. I hope that everybody is expecting a great weekend. I know the weather's a little weird throughout the country, so hang in there. I hope you get to do something fun anyway. I was going to have Finny in, but, here as, our mascot, unfortunately, he was only up like 2 days, long enough to eat, drink, poop, and then he went right back to bed. Merlin went with him actually for about a week and a half. So for a while, just the guys were sleeping and the girls were up. So, and then now Merlin got back up. So now he's up, and now Ruby wouldn't come out from under her basking spot because she wanted to sleep in. So it has been the weirdest brumation season ever. The whole time that I've had dragons, this is the weirdest it's ever been. So anyway, if he's not awake for his appointment, I'm going to ask his doctor if she wants me to just go ahead and get him up and bring him, or if she wants me to reschedule his appointment, or if she wants me to reschedule for him and go ahead and bring Ruby in, because I just got a notification in email yesterday or the day before saying that she's due for her annual. So I might just take her in his place and then wait for him to get up and then bring him in then. So that's the saga with the dragons. So I'm dragonless today, which makes me very sad. I miss them so much when they're sleeping, but I know they need it. So we just live with it. But yeah, the little window seat over here is empty. I know, it's really sad. That doesn't mean we may not have a dog in here, because Griffin is in rare form today, and I'm here by myself for right now, so that I'm the only one they can come and pick on or whine to, or be entitled with, So if they come in and you hear them, sorry. Okay, so we're going to talk about some interesting facts regarding dessert. So we're going to do that as part of our Wip N Chat today. Then we are going to, talk a little bit about life and, what are you guys up to? Let me know in the comment section. What's the what with you guys? What is happening in your world? What is the latest information? Also, don't forget to interact in the comment section. You guys are more than capable and more than gracious enough to do. Just go ahead and talk in there. If you want to talk to somebody or ask where they got their canvas or whatever you want to do, go ahead. For the Whip Parade, I am probably just going to do a slideshow on my computer, which I will film for you. I'm going to do that in a separate video rather than attach it here, because I need to do some stuff to it, because again, not skilled in this arena. So bear with me. You'll get a chance to see everybody's canvases. So yes, that's going to be forthcoming. In the meantime, we will chat ourselves silly and, just hang out and see what's up. We made it to Friday, you guys. Oh, thank goodness. One more Friday down. Check it off. We're done. Do something nice for yourself. I don't care if your week's good or bad. Do something nice for yourself, because we're living in the upside down. So cave into your sugar addiction, cave into your coffee needs, cave into, your candy, whatever it is you need to do, feed it, because, and congratulations to our Canadian neighbors. Good on you for making the right choice for your country and your collection. Woo, words are hard. In your election, because hopefully you will not be going through the chaos that we're currently going through. So good on you for that. So yes, that's what we're going to do today. Nothing exciting. Now I'm doing the Make Life Sweet canvas with the cupcakes on it for the event. I do have it rolled up on the area that I'm not currently working on, because again, I have limited space. So that's what's going to happen. But I will try to arrange the camera so that you can see okay. And, we can just go from there. All right, Dragonites, give me just a second and I'm gonna bring you down here and look at the canvas, and then we're off to the races. All right, see you in a minute. Hello again, Dragonites. Hope everybody is I just really want you guys to have a good day, because you need a good day from time to time. You know what I mean? Like, you just do. So, all right, we're going to be working right here in this section. I don't think I need to bring you guys down too close to the canvas, because really, do you need to have the drills up your nose? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you guys let me know if this isn't close enough and you'd like me to bring you down closer during the applying of the drills. I mean, let me know. I can do it. I just don't know if you guys really feel the need for that. So, let me get my cover minder situated here. So yeah, I'm using my little teapot because I can put the trash drills in here and I don't have to go anywhere to do anything, and just take the lid off. It's ready to go. And it holds my plastic back. So yep, all purpose. All right, guys. So be sure to let me know in the comment section. Yeah, what are you guys up to? What are you going to do this weekend? Anything fun? Are you making plans for Memorial Day so you're not really doing much this weekend? Like, what's the drill? I'm just going to be using my favorite pen. You see me use it all the time with my little Finian on it because I miss him. And, you know, I like to have him on my pen when I can't have him with me in person, you know, or in Reptile or whatever you say. Anyway, he's my handsome boy. So, and of course my Yellow Dog design trays, because, you know, why not? They fit the bill. All right, so let's do I'm going to do a roll call, because this is now everyone that I have for this event. I have written you down. So if you don't hear your name, I'm not aware that you're joining us, you need to let me know, okay? So, and if I've talked to you in the last day or two, I'm aware that I've talked to you. So if you're going to be joining us late, that's fine. You know, you can just send me the picture of your canvas to my email, and, you know, we'll go from there. Okay, but the people in the I Will Not Desert You event for May of this year are Margie Grice, Crafty Chef Diamond, Nuck and Futz, Pampered with Diamonds, Jedi Master, Mike Weeks, Susan Downey, Scarlett's Little Crafting Corner, Diamond Art Joy, Melinda Hands, Roxanne Samuscott, Lyra Agosto, Sedona LeBlanc, Sugar Ray Crafts, Joanne Arnold, Missy Nelson, Snuggy's Crafting Corner, True Vampire Crafts, Marla Morris, Love My Family 1563, Inga Dirks, Pam Headings, and Jennifer Parker. Those are everybody that I have signed up officially for the event. You will all be prize eligible for the giveaway as we get through. And we're gonna talk more about that in the next video. So not urgently right now, but I will probably be giving the giveaway the 3rd week. So it'll be after I ask for your progress report for your canvases, which will be around the 15th. So that's at the halfway mark. So just think ahead. Okay, so I'm going to want to see your progress report before we start talking about giveaways. So just have that in the back of your mind. And I want to do a special thank you to Inga. Inga Dirks has been in some of my events prior to this. And I just want to say welcome, Inga. She is in Belgium. So yeah, she is one of my international subbies. Hi, Inga. Hope your day is going well. She got a new job, so everybody say congratulations to Inga. Yay, new jobs are cool. All right, so welcome everyone else. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I feel badly for those of you who didn't know about the event because you are Facebook people and you didn't know that the YouTube channel was the one where things are going to be posted. I do apologize for that. One of the questions I have for you, you can let me know in the comment section. Do you think it's time the Dragonites have a designated space, either a Facebook channel or an Instagram channel that's just for our Dragonites use? I've been toying with the idea. Somebody did ask me about it. I just am not that huge of a fan of social media. I have a Facebook channel that I did start so I could maneuver for events and things like that. I rarely look at it. I'm just not in it that often. You know, so you let me know. Do you think the Dragonites need their own place, or are we okay with what we've got going on? That's where we are. When I do an event for Diamond Painting with Friends, you can certainly post in their Facebook group, Diamond Painting with Friends 2.0. For instance, the Designer Dragons event was an event that I hosted for Diamond Painting with Friends. Luna and Lichens in November will be for Diamond Painting with Friends. The others, I Will Not Desert You and Under the Sea and Our Better Angels, those are my personal events. So I don't know if you're going to be comfortable enough just with the whip parades, or if you want to actually have a spot. So yeah, I'm not a first generation social media person, so you know, it's kind of a challenge for me. So my questions for you are, do we need our own Facebook or Instagram area? And if so, are you willing to be a co-admin in it so that when I can't get to it, you can help me monitor? Those are the two questions I have. Yes or no, we need a space, and yes or no, you're willing to be an assistant admin in there. So you let me know in the comment section. All right, so we're going to talk dessert. So yeah, I just found some interesting facts about desserts. I do want to let you know a couple of life kind of updates. I know I told you it's been a difficult year, which it has been, and I told you that Neil was being evaluated. So he is not here. He's at physical therapy. I don't know when he'll be coming home, probably right in the middle of this. But I wanted to let you guys know that after the evaluation, he does have markers for a specific type of dementia, which is sort of a Parkinson's-like dementia. He also has markers by blood work for Alzheimer's disease. Neither one of those were wonderful news. I mean, I knew that something cognitive was going on. Of course, he swore up and down that was strictly not the case. And so I had to convince him to agree to the evaluation to prove to me that I didn't know what I was talking about, and just to get him to do it. And right up until the day before his neurologist told us the diagnosis, he swore up and down he did not have it. So it's going to be a very difficult thing for us to navigate. Okay. So that is in the works. So if you guys don't see me for a minute, or, you know, something goes on and I can't get onto the channel, you'll know I'm probably dealing with something of that nature. So that's kind of where we are without getting into all the gory details. Is that's a lot of information and a lot of change in a short period of time. So, so we've been dealing with that. I also had, in lieu of that, I had some health screenings that I had been putting off, and I'm happy to report that mine all came back good. So woohoo, yay, wee. So that was important for me to find out. So yeah, because it's just us, you know, it's just us and Jared in the house. And then Neil has grown kids and grandkids, but his kids stopped talking to him a while back. I'm not even completely sure of the whole thing there. I think there's a history there that I wasn't, you know, a party to, so I don't really know all of it. But they do not speak to him. He has tried to approach them and hasn't been able to. So I'm gonna have to now. I'm trying to get conservatorship so that I can take over our budgeting and things like that. Neil is not in agreement, so that's going to be a fight. Well, in the meantime, so I'm getting the papers ready to file for conservatorship, and that means I have to send the information that I'll be filing with the courthouse to all of his level tier 1 and tier 2 relatives. That means his sister, who I don't speak to, his children who don't speak to him, And I'm not going to worry about the grandchildren because I literally have no idea where they are or how to reach them. So that's what I'm up against. So that was one of the reasons why I was really glad that his best friend Jim is going to be able to come down and stay for a few days and help Neil celebrate his 75th birthday, because I think it's going to be important. So, and they've been friends since junior high, so it's a long time. So that's been happening. So I just wanted to let you guys just kind of know the basics. You're not going to hear me referring to it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put Neil through that, since he's very upset and sensitive about it, because, you know, he doesn't agree and this, that, and the next thing. Okay, there's no way for me to put that any other way. It wouldn't do any good to try to, you know, make him come to reality. None of that's going to happen. So I won't be talking about it when he's in the room. So yeah. So, but I wanted you guys to know that, yeah, there's a lot happening. So yeah. Okay. So enough of that. Let's talk about dessert. There's a big old cake. Okay, so let me pour some drills in here so we can get the party started, shall we? I think so. Do you guys name your symbols? I always name my symbols. Like this one right here. I always call this one an alien because it looks like an alien head to me with the little antenna and the whole thing. So anyway, so I'm going to start with this one. Okay, the word dessert comes from the French verb desservir, meaning to clear the table. When dessert first appeared as part of our eating rituals, it was to allow the tables to be cleared for the after-dinner activities. Sweet meats and spiced wines were consumed standing up away from the table. So it was basically a way to get people the heck out of the way so they could clear it, so they could go home, probably. So that's where dessert first came in. Early mince pies had actual meat in them. When sugar first came to England in the 12th century, which was, a while ago, everybody, it was primarily as a spice and a medicine. For centuries, recipes involving sugar did not have a clear boundary between sweet and savory. Sugar was so important in the medical practices of the past that the saying, quote, like an apothecary without sugar, end quote, meant a state of utter desolation. Sugar was used for everything, from aiding digestion to preserving the body, as it was believed that, as sugar could preserve fruit, it could also protect humans. We now know that's definitely not true, especially when it comes to teeth. Yes, and those of us that are diabetics are painfully aware that that's really not the case. Okay. Then, oh, more tasty goodness. Look at this. Don't those look yummy? I think they look yummy. Okay. Early confectioners were treated like artists, traveling the world and inventing huge edible dioramas and sculptures in sugar. These early sugar artists must have seemed more like alchemists, spending hours grinding, molding, and transforming sugar into intricate creations that dazzled and enchanted the viewer and diners in equal measure. Have any of you guys seen the baking shows that are on there? You know, either the ones, you know, that are based in England, or the ones that are, you know, based here? Because let me tell you, I love to watch them mold the sugar. I think it's the coolest thing, and how they do different things with it depending on what they mix it with. I mean, it's just really, it's interesting to me. So I can believe that, but imagine trying to do that in the Victorian era, you know, and in times when, you know, our kitchens were not designed for shortcuts, right? I mean, you had to do everything by hand, and warming everything and mixing it all by hand. I mean, wow, I don't think it's unfair to say that they were artists. I think they probably were, because, woo, you wouldn't catch me doing that. No. Okay. In the 16th century, so now, okay, we're, you know, 4 centuries down the road, A sugar sculpture made by a famous confectioner could cost as much as an average person's yearly wage. Imagine that, would you? As a result, sugar sculpture and confectionery were seen as markers of wealth and status throughout the early modern era. Imagine if that were true today. What would a $1.5 million sugar sculpture look like? I mean, can you even imagine? I mean, that's just, wow. That's all I can say is wow. I just cannot even imagine. Okay, Elizabethans used to build whole buildings called banqueting houses, purely to have dessert in. One banquet in 1590 refers to a dessert raised to such a monstrous ticklish height, quote unquote, that it nearly touched the ceiling. Historically, jelly wasn't just a food, it was an artistic medium. There are multiple historical recipes for experimental and extravagant jellies, from jelly planetariums to jelly fish bowls with sugar swans on top, which sounds very interesting. And when you think about it, you know, jelly's a good idea because it, you know, it comes in so many different colors because you can make it from so many different fruits. You know, that it's, I mean, it's an all-purpose, right? And it's sweet, so most people find it palatable. So yeah, I mean, heck yeah. So next time you go to the store and pick up some jelly to smear on your toast, think about the fact that that used to be one of the main mediums for sugar sculpting back in the day. Here's another picture of some yummy looking desserts from days gone by. So yeah, very interesting indeed. Okay. The first printed ice cream recipe in Europe. Okay, now you're talking my language because, you know, we're talking ice cream. Oh, heck yeah. Definitely talking ice cream. Okay. Recipe in Europe was part of a medical and cookery manuscript dated 1651 to 1678 by Lady Anne Fanshawe. Her recipe, titled "To Make Icy Cream," suggests the addition of ambergris, a substance produced in the digestive system of sperm whales. Well, that doesn't sound appetizing, but okay. Or orange flower water, both fashionable ingredients at the time. Imagine that. I mean, really? Whale digestion? Ugh. Well, that doesn't sound all that yummy to me, but okay. But you know, it's the 1600s. I mean, imagine having to procure those ingredients. I mean, wow, right? So, yeah, and that was the 1600s. I mean, you wouldn't think that ice cream would come around at that time because keeping things cold was not easy to do. It took a long, you know, it took ability to keep it even for a short period of time. It wasn't something you could really do long term very easily. I mean, you know, I don't even think icemen were there then. I think that took another couple hundred years. So, yeah. But apparently somebody figured it out. So, you know, I have to say thank you, Lady Anne Fanshawe, because, oh yeah, big ice cream fan here. Okay. Well, the earliest English recipe for a sponge cake was by Gervase Markham in his 1615, The English Huswife. That's Huswife. To get the aerated texture, the mixture had to be beaten for an hour with a bunch of twigs because the wire whisk wasn't invented until 1850. Wow. Imagine using a bunch of twigs and, you know, whisking something, or, you know, trying to keep it going for an hour. Can you imagine how tired your arms would be? Oh my gosh. Ugh, I cannot even imagine. Okay. In 1840, Queen Victoria's wedding cake was a single-tier fruit cake that weighed over 21 stone, which is 294 pounds. So imagine a cake almost 300 pounds. Wow. It had busts of the couple on the top and was covered in pure white icing. Victoria's choice of a white cake sparked the trend for white wedding cakes, and so the term royal icing came into use. How about that? Interesting, right? I'm just still trying to picture this happening, you know, in 1840. There's this 300-pound wedding cake. I mean, the poor people that had to get that in there. And more desserts. Yummy. A few jello molds, etc. Yeah, looks good. Okay. All right. So, American ice cream. American ice cream arrived in North America in 1774, right before we declared our independence in 1776, just a couple years before that. Man, ice cream to die for. Oh, love it, love it. And I bet it was good back then because it had all the sugary ingredients, whole milks, real sugars, and all that kind of stuff. You know, stuff that caused, you know, diabetics for generations to come. But yes, all that good stuff. I bet it was just so delicious they didn't know what to do with themselves. Okay, Thomas Jefferson's Baked Alaska. Thomas Jefferson is credited with developing one of the first recipes for the Baked Alaska. Who would have thunk it? So apparently some of our founding fathers also did some cooking. Who knew? Yeah. So, yep, Thomas Jefferson, Baked Alaska. Who would have thunk it? I wonder who taught him to make it. That's my question. So, yeah. Jell-O's iconic slogan. Jell-O gained popularity with the slogan, quote, America's most famous dessert, end quote, which they introduced in 1904. Which is so interesting. My grandfather and my grandmother, my dad's side, were both born in 1904. So I found that very interesting. So yeah. I'm sure it was a coincidence, but hey, they were the first generation that got to enjoy Jell-O. How about that? It's kind of cool. The world's largest gingerbread house. In 2013, so there you go, we're getting more recent now, a 2,520-foot gingerbread house was built in Texas. How about that, you guys? An actual gingerbread house, 2,520 square feet. Wow. Okay. It's already been 12 years ago, but look at that. Okay. This one will probably make you laugh. This one made me laugh, and I also just shook my head because it's 100% predictable when I tell you that it takes place in Beverly Hills. Okay. Beverly Hills Cupcake ATM. Yes, you heard me right. It's a cupcake ATM. A cupcake ATM was introduced in Beverly Hills, dispensing cupcakes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh, that just got me. Like, really? You're so desperate for a cupcake fix that you have to get a cupcake at 2 in the morning. You can go to the cupcake ATM and knock your socks off. Go right ahead. That was just funny, you guys. That was funny. Can you picture that? Some big old machine and all there is a bunch of cupcakes in it and you can just help yourself. I hope it's refrigerated because it gets hot out here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. The world's most expensive dessert is the frozen hoe. That's literally what it's called. Frozen hoe chocolate ice cream sundae at Serendipity 3 in New York City. It costs $225,000. Can you imagine? I mean, have any of you tried it? Because I would love to know what it tasted like. Yeah, $225,000 for a frozen chocolate ice cream sundae. I just, guys, woo! I'm telling you. Yep, so those are our interesting facts for for this Wip N Chat. I just had to share that with you guys because, wow. So which one of those was your favorite? Little tidbit of information surrounding dessert. Did you like the idea of the cupcake ATM, or were you impressed with the Elizabethan wedding cake? You know, do you guys like mincemeat pie? Do you like pies that have meat in them? I mean, or vegetables? You know, do you like rhubarb? I'm not big on any of those. The only vegetable pie I like is pumpkin. Oh, and oh yes, you can give me that pumpkin pie today. But I'm very particular about my pie because I'm a cake person. So yeah, I'm not big on pie. Apple pie is not my favorite. If I'm not going to have pumpkin pie, I would like some berry, cherry berry, boysenberry, marionberry. Marionberry is so good. Yeah. And, you know, my dad's favorite was pecan, so I will eat some pecan pie just as, you know, a toast to him every so often, because he loved pie. Pie, anything sweet. I mean, it's just so sad. I mean, I'm lucky because as a diabetic, I don't crave sugar so much. I like my occasional ice cream. You know, I'll have a scoop after dinner every so often. But I don't need it. I don't require it. I'm not crazy about it. I crave salt items. So, you know, like potato chips or pretzels or tortilla chips and salsa or little queso dip. Oh, yeah. I have a friend who makes the most delicious spinach artichoke dip. Oh, my God. It's so good. I would eat the whole plate by myself. So yes, I am a salt person. So I'm particular about my pie. And I don't like, you know, like meringue type pies. I'm not into that. No key lime for me. Nope, I'll pass it to you. You can have my share. So yeah, my favorite cake, angel food, frosted angel food cake. I had that many times for my birthday because my birthday is in December, so sometimes it's hard to get things like, you know, fresh fruits and things like that to make cakes with. So yeah, I'm okay with frosted angel food. Really, really am. I like a good spice cake. Carrot cake's okay, not my favorite. I love a good heavy New York style cheesecake though. Oh, hell to the yes. I absolutely do. That's what Neil decided what kind of cake he wanted for his birthday this year. I'm so glad. I am 100% going to purchase that for him because, yes, I'm liking that. And we have, I think I'm going to get some cherry pie filling. And then, I don't know if you guys get there's a frozen berry combination that actually Walmart has. And I just go to Walmart because I know they have it. I haven't seen it in other stores recently. But it's a frozen berry combination that has blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries in it. Oh, is it good? I love it. I love it over ice cream. I love it in my yogurt. I love it in a bowl, just eating it cold out of the freezer, especially on a summer day. Oh God, yes, it's so good. Well, here's a little tip. If you mix, you know, a cup and a half or so of that with cherry pie filling and just roll it in there and put it over a piece of angel food cake or a piece of cheesecake, oh, you have upped your dessert arena. Let me tell you, oh, so good. So I'm thinking about going ahead and doing that since his friend will be here, and that's easy enough because, you know, don't ask me to cook. I don't cook, period. But I can assemble. So I might do that and just assemble the dessert a little bit special. So we'll put some candles in it and whatnot so that, you know, it'll be special for him. I mean, Neil's easy most of the time, you know, to plan for, because as much as it makes me angry and upset, he didn't, you know, his birthday wasn't really celebrated as a kid. He never had a birthday party until I gave him one for his 50th birthday. Which it boggles my mind. Listen, Dragonites, celebrate your birthday. It is the one day in 365 days that you get to celebrate your entrance into the world. Do it. Do something special. If you have party poopers in your life that don't like to get together and do stuff, heck with them. Take yourself out. Heck yeah. Tell the restaurant it's your birthday. Let them sing to you and bring you a free piece of cake. Do it. Everybody should celebrate their birthday. That's when everybody who knows you and loves you, and I know there's a bunch of them, are able to say, hey, this was my day. This is the only day that I can say I came into this world. And that's how long the world's been getting to enjoy you. So heck yeah. Do not deprive the world of your presence, Dragonites. Nope. You celebrate your birthday. And forget that, well, I'm getting old thing. Who cares? Big deal. Everybody gets old, so that's all the more reason to celebrate your being still alive. My dad used to say, I used to say, Dad, how's it going? When I'd call him, and he'd go, well, I'm on the right side of the grass, so it's going pretty good. So yeah, exactly. So if you are still on the correct side of the grass, go out and celebrate your existence. You deserve it. And you're a Dragonite, so we all want to celebrate with you. So there you go. Yeah. If they say, what are you doing? Say, I'm going out because I'm a Dragonite, and, you know, we celebrate each other because that's what we do. Because we're awesome. And so there you are. So, yeah. Heck yeah. So, yep. Celebrate. So, yeah. I want to make it just a little bit fancy. Not overly done, because he wouldn't know what to do with that. He would just be uncomfortable because, again, unfortunately, he didn't get celebrated. So, I want to make it, in his eyes, it'll be way more than it would be, you know, in my eyes, because my parents made a big deal. And I really want to thank them for that. And I did thank them while they were still here. And I will continue to thank them forever, because especially since my birthday is the week before Christmas, because I was born Christmas Day, but, you know, per usual, I had people to see, places to go, and things to do, so I was early. My mother just said, you just didn't want to spend Christmas in the hospital. Yeah, well, she's right about that. Heck no. So, you know, but they made a point of making sure that my birthday was celebrated not as a part of Christmas, but as a birthday by itself. And I love that, because I know that not all Sagittarius born people are lucky enough to have that. Some families, and it drives me crazy, throw it all together, you know? Oh, well, you know, too bad for you. Your birthday's this time of year, so it's going to get swallowed up. Yeah, no. Nope. And once you become an adult, Dragonites, if you're a December birthday and that happened to you, you split it up. Throw yourself a party. Let them know in October, hey, save the date, because we're going to party for my birthday. Let them know. They'll be there. They have no excuse if you tell them before Halloween that, hey, guess what? You know how my birthday's the week before Christmas? And, yeah, I'm letting you know now that it falls on a Thursday or a Friday this year. And so, yeah, plan ahead. We're going to party like it's near Christmas. And, you know, invite them. Now, some of them are going to go, oh, I'm really sorry, but, you know, I'm traveling because, you know, it's the holidays. Oh, okay. Well, happy holidays. Too bad for you, though, because we're going to have a great time. I bet you they're there the next year. And I'm speaking from experience here because, heck yeah. I mean, fortunately, since my parents, you know, made a point of celebrating my birthday as a separate holiday from Christmas, I just carried it on because that was the tradition. Like, I didn't even think about it. You know, it just was a thing. And my immediate family, And then later, my friends that, you know, most of us didn't travel for the holidays. Sometimes we had people come in, and I always told people, they're like, oh, you know what? I really want to go, but like my cousin's going to be here. You know what? Bring your cousin. What the heck? As long as they're not going to destroy my house, it's fine. There's plenty to eat. Come on in. Bring them. Because you never know. You might be meeting a friend that you just haven't met yet, right? So, yeah. So I would just say, yeah, go ahead and bring them. So I always, you know, most of the time when I had parties, we had plenty of people. So yeah, so it was a lot of fun. We had a good time. As I got older and, you know, became a parent, I started toning it down a little bit because I got to the point where I'm like, look, I just need a nap. That's what I want for my birthday. I would just like somebody to babysit while I go to sleep. So I started, you know, toning it down. And as I've gotten older, you know, I've decided, because I've done all the things I've wanted to do. You know, I mean, didn't get to have a lot of swim parties because it was December, but everything you could do indoors, I had a party to do that. I mean, we did everything. We went bowling, and we went to the ballet, and we went to see plays, and, you know, we went to see shows that were on, which in that time of year, there's a lot of shows. They're not always the Nutcracker, although that was something that was every single year. My mother and I went a lot, just she and I. We did that as a special thing between us. She would take me to see the Nutcracker every year. One year it was nice because the Nutcracker was touring. You know, our troupe was on tour, so they weren't here. But a chorus line was in their place, which was awesome. I loved it. I had such a good time. It was fine with me. I have seen the Nutcracker many, many times. So it was awesome to get to see, you know, something else. And the chorus line is a great play. I really enjoyed it. If you're not familiar, a chorus line is a play about the people who audition to be in the chorus line of a play or a performance. That it's their audition. That is the premise of the play. Oh God, is it funny? Oh my God. Whoo, hilarious. Anyway, if you haven't seen it and you get a chance to see it, there is a movie, which is fine also. Michael Douglas stars as the director. There's a few, you know, really good stars in it. You see it because it's a hoot. It's really a hoot. I used to play the soundtrack in my car for a long time. You know, in the mid 80s. I just, you know, it was one of the things I had in my cassette tape area. I remember we all carried a big old huge thing of cassette tapes, everybody that was around then. Yeah, yep. Got one of those cases that held like 25 of them, or you got the small case that held like 12 and you bought 2 of them. Yeah, we all had cassettes to burn until, you know, the tape got spit out the front of the stereo or something, or you had to splice it. Remember when you used to have to splice it because the tape broke? Oh my God. Things that the CD generation will never understand. Yeah, we did that all the time, routinely. You know, or you'd go to the beach and you'd play it and then you get sand in it and you'd have to shake the tape till the sand came out. Oh God. Yeah, back in the day. So, yes. If I can do it, you guys, if I can celebrate my birthday in the midst of the holiday chaos, you can celebrate your birthday, and you need to, because you are worthy. You are a Dragonite. You are a valuable human being, and you deserve to be celebrated. Doesn't matter if the people in your life can't figure that out. You figure it out. You're good company. Let's face it. And I bet you, if you put the word out, hey, I'm planning to go out and celebrate my birthday. Yeah, don't be surprised if someone you know shows up. Because, hey, you know what? You'll be surprised. And maybe the next year you're going to get a surprise party out of it because someone's going to go, well, hey, why didn't somebody do a party? What the heck? Trust me. I've experienced it all. And yes, I had a year where nobody showed up. That's okay. That was all right because I still had a great time. I ate the cake and I, you know, watched the movie and, you know, had a few presents that relatives had mailed to me. And yeah, heck yeah. Still a party. It's not my fault if you didn't get to go. I had a great time. So yeah, do that. Do that. There's nothing wrong with celebrating the day you entered the world. So yeah. So anybody who has a birthday, any Dragonites that have a birthday in May, happy birthday. May I be the first to say happy birthday. My mother's birthday was actually May 1st. That was yesterday. And I was missing her more than usual because, you know, I just miss her in general. She was an amazing woman. My grandmother said that she was born May 1st just because she wanted to name her April. So, yeah. Anyway, so she wasn't April, but that's okay. And yeah, she was born with that beautiful red hair she always had. And then we had to mix colors when it got time to start dyeing her hair, when the gray took over. We had to mix colors to get the right color because she had such beautiful red auburn tresses. They just were so beautiful. My hairstylist says that when I get in her chair, when the sun comes in, I have red highlights, which is interesting because I can't see them, so I don't know they were there, but I love that because that's like she's with me, you know? So yeah. So if you get an opportunity to go celebrate you, by golly, you better do it. Yes. So, yeah, that's all the the birthday hype. I don't know why we got started on that tangent, but I just sort of ran with it. So, sorry guys, that's just, you know, my feeling about it. You 100% deserve to be celebrated. And if the people in your life couldn't figure that out, well, that's okay. Don't invite them to your party, but you have one. You have a party. If you take yourself out to dinner, toast yourself. Say, self, happy birthday, you amazing Dragonite. Look at you. Absolutely awesome. Let your server know. Let them sing to you. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Do it. Feel celebrated because you should celebrate. And who cares about aging? I mean, we all have to do it, okay? My grandmother used to say, Wendy, nobody gets out of this life alive. Which, you know, it's a little bit morbid, but that's really what she used to say. I mean, she was kind of pragmatic about it, which is, you know, okay. But, you know, think about how many people didn't get to age because they were taken out younger in their life. You know? I think it's a privilege. It's not always a blessing, okay? Age has its issues. But it's a privilege to age. Not everybody gets to do that. You know, it's always a tragedy when somebody perishes too young. Especially, it just kills me if it's a child. I just hate that. I hate that with a passion. But just remember that you're enjoying a privilege not everybody gets. Another reason to celebrate. It's another year and I'm still here. And if you're having a sucky year, you're extra lucky to be here. So celebrate twice. You know, have a second cocktail or an extra piece of cake. And then go home and take your insulin if you have to. But, you know, you get my meaning. Don't destroy yourself, but go celebrate you. Because you deserve to be celebrated. So, yep, do that. Let me know if any of you guys are having a birthday, either May or June. Let me know if you are. And so, yeah, so we're going to have Memorial Day coming up, which means, woo, we get an extra day off, hopefully. I hope you get Memorial Day off. You should. Yeah, we all need a day off. My God. I think I said in an earlier Wip N Chat that I have literally forced myself down to 2 hours a day of news because I cannot stand all the chaos, all the BS. I can't do it. I don't want to do it. But I feel like I can't not watch any because you got to keep track of what's going on. So I limit myself to an hour in the morning and an hour in the evening, and that's it. I mean, and let's face it, most of the news channels repeat everything for 4 or 5 hours. Just different, different factions of the same story. So it's like really an hour is enough because I don't want it to suck my soul out of my head anymore. Like, no, nope, you don't get any more of me. Sorry. I'm feeling that way more and more too about social media. Like I just refuse to be doom scrolling when I could be doing something I want to do, like diamond painting or playing with the dragons or playing with the dogs or, hanging out with my kid or, something else. So yeah, that's a thing also. But yeah, these are trying times, you guys. A lot of stuff's going in. A lot of soul searching is going to happen. A lot of pain and suffering that was unnecessary is also going to happen. So, you're going to have to brace yourself. Get with some like-minded people. Keep your one-to-one relationships going. Those are important. And we will get through all of this one way or another. Yeah. So that's what's been kind of happening around here. We had a lot of medical appointments, which I just cannot stand. I hate medical appointments, and they're getting worse than ever before. And well, in fact, the level of care is really, I don't know how it is where you guys are, but oof, it's really taking a downward turn around here. And that's concerning because things are going on that is likely going to cause us to be sicker more often and potentially with more serious things. And if we can't get halfway decent medical care, it doesn't speak well for what's going to be happening, at least in the short term. So take your vitamins, everybody, and whatever else, you take, whatever supplements you like, keep it moving because, tough times are coming. Some of them are already here. So yeah. So what else is going on? Do you have plans for Memorial Day? Are you going to spend it with family? Are you going to spend it with friends? Are you going to spend it sleeping in and diamond painting? Like, what are you going to do? Hopefully the weather will be cooperative. Today it's a beautiful day. It's 73 and just nice and sunny right now. But it's going to be in the 80s, the low to mid 80s for the next week and a half or so. And you're starting to get way out of bounds for what I'm comfortable with because I don't like heat. So I'm getting ready to become a hermit in my little air-conditioned house and just watch it be sunny because nope. So that's happening. And yeah, summer always gets here and I always kind of groan and go into hermit mode and just let it do its thing. I'm still looking for, help with the roof, which is just an issue. So that's been a thing. I haven't been able to find anybody, I won't say able, but willing to help us out. So that's kind of a level of frustrating I'm not happy about. And, and I'm having to do all this extra work because in order to get conservatorship, it's a lot. It's about two inches of paper that you have to file. You have to get a capacity declaration from the physician. They don't like to sign those because, they know what's coming. So I did get one from his neurologist, but, she was trying to play it safe, which is not a good idea because you're just making it harder. And I need to take over our finances completely, not partially, completely. So, and with him fighting me on it, it's going to be hard, mostly for him. But in the interim, the short term is hard for me because I have to get that going. In the meantime, it's Jared's renewal for his conservatorship, which is every other year, is also coming due. So the court investigator came out. She comes out every other year to make sure that we're not, I don't know, hiding Jared's body under the bed or something. I don't know. So she comes out, she asks a bunch of questions, which are ridiculous. But anyway, she asks him, and Jared has to be here, which means he hates it because then he has to break up his day to be back here to talk to her when she's available to see him, not when he'd like to be back. So, you know, he gets a little fed up. And I had to laugh because last year he said to the lady, he calls me his conversator instead of his conservator, so, which is fine. But he said to the lady, he said, how come you have to come out? I mean, can't we just call you if there's a problem? Which was really, I just laughed. I couldn't help it. And fortunately, the lady we have now is pretty good natured. We had an idiot the last time, or I want to say 5 or 6 years ago, we had just an awful person. Well, the one that we've had lately, though, has been pretty good. I mean, she was so awful. I wrote a letter to the probate court going, you really need to review this person to see if she really should be in this position. But in any case, here's my declaration, which I now have to file because she didn't do her job. Oh, yeah, I laid in thick. Because, you know, if you get to a point where you're doing something or you're not doing something and you're going to cause pain and suffering to people that I love, I'm not going to lay down and sleep through that. It's going to be bad, I promise. Because, nope. You can say whatever you need to say to me and we can hash it out. But you do something that's going to be problematic for my people, not on my watch, you won't. So, yeah. So that I did that 1 year. The next year we had a new person because she was no longer with the court investigation unit. Yeah, which means either they already knew that she was a problem, in which case, why the hell did you send her to my house? Or after they got my letter, they went, oh, we need to find out if this is true. Yeah, well, of course it's true because I don't spend time lying. I don't like people that lie. Not a good waste. It's a waste of time to be around somebody who's going to be deceitful because what's the point, right? So one way or another, whether they already knew and that was confirmation or they didn't know but they had something to go by, either way, she lost her job. And when you work for the county, just like when you work for the state, it's hard to do that. I mean, you have to really not only have cause, but they have to show that they sent you to whatever service you needed to fix the problem before they could let you go. So, yeah, but yep, she was gone the next year. So, yay, because people who are not doing the job the way that they should be doing it, when you're talking about people with disabilities and the families that are trying to do everything they can to help them against most of the time insurmountable odds, don't make it harder, okay? You don't know what it's like. So if you're in a job where you carry authority with your paperwork that you fill out and you don't do the right thing, oh, you need to go work on a keyboard somewhere and get out of the way so that the people that need to get this done so that everybody's life can continue can do so. Yeah, you can probably tell I have zero patience with public servants who could care less about serving the public, especially when it comes to people with disabilities, because that's not an even playing field. Okay, you're supposed to be looking out for their best interest, not trying to get whatever it is you're trying to get out of it for you. It's for them, and they need help. They don't need your bullshit or your self-esteem problem. So, you know, it's a whole thing, you guys, like really. So I was okay that she's not working there anymore, and I was glad because I also, at the end of my letter, I asked that for all the aforementioned reasons, I am respectfully requesting the court issue a different court investigator for future visits and that this person never darken my doorway again, period. And that's what they did. So I was glad to see that because that was a long shot. It's not up to me who they send. So they could have just said, you know what, fly a kite, lady. That's who's coming. You know, so, okay. But yeah, they did. They gave me somebody different. And she's been really good. It's not that we're not friends, okay? And I don't enjoy her visits because doesn't matter what you're doing, what you have going on, what's going on in your life. When it's time for her to come out, she comes out and you have to deal with it. Okay. So, you know, it was, it was that time. And that always reminds me, I'm like, oh, because his hearing is June 10th and at 10:30, and I have to file my conservator's report for him by May 10th. So I'm behind schedule this year. Usually I already have it done and I can just give her a copy while she's here. Well, this year was not that way, partly because, you know, I was doing other things and Neil needed my help. So it didn't happen, but I have enough time. It will happen. I will be filing it, you know, before it's due. But that just means that I'm going to spend this weekend trying to get that report ready and get his individual participant plan, his IPP from his regional center case manager done. It's because you have to, year before last, they changed the law so that you have to now attach it. So you have to attach it. So I have to do all of that. I have to attach all the paperwork. I have to account for his expenses. I have to put down what his services are. I have to let them know if there's been any changes to his health or any medication changes or anything. And then I have to go down to the courthouse, get the report filed, and I have to send a copy to the court investigator who was here, and I have to send a copy to his public defender. We're on our 4th public defender, so that's been a hoot. He's only been conserved 12 years, I guess. And this is our 4th attorney. So yeah, there's a turnover, needless to say. And it's our 3rd judge. And this judge is a little bit more of a snot. So, you know, you got to dot your I's and cross your T's a little bit more. You know, you have to have all your ducks in a row. Well, when you don't have ducks, but you have squirrels and they're in every direction, it's hard to do that sometimes. But I'll do it because that's what he needs for me to do in order to be able to continue to help him with anything that requires a signature. Meaning it would be mine that was required to make it legally binding, not his. Which is important because if he's out in the community, let's say with one of his staff people, and they go to a store and somebody pops out of there from one of those booths and says, hey, you got to try this credit card. It's awesome. Do you want to apply for this credit card? And Jared goes, okay. And they give him one and he runs it up $5,000. We're not liable for that because he's not able to legally make a financial obligation contract without my signature. So these are important things because, again, 8 to 12-year-olds are the most preyed upon section of the population, okay? The next group after 8 to 12-year-olds is disabled adults. So believe me when I tell you that people can be absolute garbage and they will take advantage of somebody who doesn't have the capabilities they themselves have. And so one way that we protect them is we put them under conservatorship. Sometimes it's guardianship, depending on the state and the level of, you know, being conserved. But it's hard to do because the court understands that what they're doing is they're taking away somebody's rights and giving them to somebody else. That's a huge thing to have to do. So you have to have all of your proof. You have to have everything that you're going to need, that they're going to have to review to prove your case, why you think that not only should this person be conserved, but that you are the correct person to do it. And let me tell you what, if you are in a situation where it's your child and you are divorced from that child's other parent, it can really be an endurance test. Just believe me when I say that. So, yeah, Jared's initial conservatorship was much harder. So, but in order to remain his conservator, I have to prove that he is, you know, being cared for and his interests are being looked after, both for the person and the estate, which is 2 separate things. And so that's my responsibility every other year. Now, I'm not getting any younger. So yeah, it's getting harder to do that. But when I can no longer do it, somebody else will have to take over conservatorship for him. And yeah, not in my lifetime, because unless I succumb to a neurocognitive disorder, I will be a conservator until I pass. And then in my estate planning for my end of life paperwork, I have made sure that an attorney has a copy of what is to happen to Jared and who is to take over his care in the event that I can't. So, you have to do these things for the people you love, right? So, yeah. So that's been a thing. So that was also on board this week. So our family therapist retired. So after almost 20 years with her, she's gone. Neil's diagnosis has happened, so I'm still compiling paperwork to get the court action for him. That's happening, which he's fighting. Jared's came due, so that one I had to get done. Yeah. And trying to stay on top of, everybody's daily needs, which is sometimes hard too. I mean, Jared's IPP meeting was held in March. And one of the things that we did is Jared wants to do more cooking. And it's not something he can do by himself. Like, he needs to have somebody assist him with it. And so, I had to talk to his staff people and say, hey, Jared really wants to cook. Since you're each with him, because he has 2 different workers, since you're each with him 3 days a week, can we set it up so that, the first day you're with him, you guys will decide on what to cook. And then the second day you can pick up ingredients while you're out in the community together. And then the third day at some point you can, you can cook with him. Like, if this isn't going to work, then, is there a better system so that we can add it into his IPP? Because I don't want to do something you guys don't feel like you can do. But we do want to add this back in. So what is the best way for you guys to have it work? And I would always do that. I would never not give them a say. Now, could I not give them a say? Yeah, I could. But I'm not going to do that because I know that they do the very best that they can with him. And, they've both been with us for a while now. So I know that I can trust them. And if they said, oh my God, it's so much when we're out in the community, I just don't think he'll have enough energy when we get home. I don't think he'll have the stamina to cook. So we're going to have to devote a whole day to it or something. Okay, I would have considered that because they know him very well now, and I'm thankful for that. So I talked to both of them, and they both said, no, actually, I like that idea because that also, takes up our time when we don't have something to do already planned in the day. Then it's a nice thing to do to be able to go to the grocery store and find the ingredients, and he gets more chances to pay for things and see how that works, and all of that, and so how he functions in the community, which is all important. So it worked out. So when we had the meeting, and I told them, I said, okay, when we get to the IPP meeting, which they also attend, and so does the director of the company that provides them. I said, okay, this is my plan then. I plan to let his service coordinator know that this is a change for the addendum. Please make sure that you put it on here that this is what we're going to be doing, because the IPP document is the legally binding document. So whatever's in there is what they are obligated to do. So it's important that it be correct. And I found that out when he was younger with the school district, when it was an IEP. Some of you that have special needs people in your life will know what an IEP is, which is an individualized education plan. I'm very worried about what it's going to be now because that's going away, I'm sure. So, God love you all. I don't know how you're going to get through it. I really don't, but my heart's there with you. So yeah, it's a whole entire thing. You have to put whatever the expectation is going to be, that this is what's going to happen. They write it in the IEPP. If they can't, or they don't feel they have a vendor that can do it or something, then you have to hash it out. And then if they can find a way, if you can hash it out and you can find a way where you can all be happy and we can all sign it and move on, great. And if not, then you have to have a hearing and find out what's going to happen. And then you get a new document there, because if they put it in there and say, oh yeah, sure, we'll do it, and then they don't do it, then they're going to owe him compensatory services for not doing it. So it's you know, it's a headache, but I've been doing them, you know, now for 30 years. So pretty well versed on what I need to do to get what we're interested in having put in there. But you know, it's still a process you have to go through, and the whole thing, and everybody has their say, and yada yada yada. So yeah, it can just be a, you know, it's a headache. And so on top of all the other headaches was like, really, I'd like to get off this roller coaster now, because it's been a long time and I'm tired of the roller coaster. I'd like some boring days, please. Thank you very much. But you know, to have to do all of that while I'm worried about my roof caving in, and you know, what will happen when that occurs, because part of my responsibility as a conservator is keeping him in a safe environment. So clearly the roof collapses and that's not where he is, right? So yeah, and that will be on me if something should happen. So sounds like Neil's back. I hear the dogs having little hissy fits. So all right, you guys. Well, I've been talking your ear off now for an hour and 6 minutes. So I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend and you get to do something really fun. Remember, celebrate yourself. Come on. You celebrate other people, you celebrate you too, because you are a Dragonite worthy of celebration. Okay? So remember, always be a dragon. Spread your wings. Protect those you love. Have fiery passion. Stay strong, slay your fears, and always fly high, rise up, and soar, Dragonites. All right, you guys, have a wonderful weekend. And I will be getting that Wip N Chat, or not the Wip N Chat, sorry, the Whip Parade out as soon as I can figure out the best way to show you that. And we will march on. Enjoy your canvases. Enjoy your desserts. Let me know in the comments any thoughts that you had about any or all of this. And I will see you in next week's Wip N Chat. Bye, guys.